Michael and Alice decided to start a new chapter in their lives, leaving the bustling city in search of a secluded place for their family. They found a house on the outskirts of town that seemed perfect: antique architecture, spacious rooms, and a well-kept garden. The first day in the new house unfolded as usual during a move, unpacking boxes, arranging belongings, inspecting rooms. The children, Brian and Emily, excitedly unpacked their toys and settled into their new rooms. Parents watched with smiles, enjoying the opportunity to provide the best for their children. However, as night fell, the house that seemed cozy and tranquil during the day transformed. Initially, there were quiet knocks and creaks that could easily be attributed to the sounds of an old structure. But as the night grew darker, the sounds took on a strange, almost mystical character. Brian and Emily also began to behave oddly. Their usual friendliness was replaced by a certain tension. Parents noticed that the children started avoiding certain corners of the house, as if something there frightened them. Trying to reassure their children, Michael and Alice decided to investigate the history of their new home. By chance, they noticed an old map of the city and learned that their new residence was built on the site of an old cemetery, closed many years ago. The first night in the new house left something mysterious in the hearts of the family. Sinister shadows and unknown whispers became their nocturnal companions. Michael and Alice realized that before them was not just a house, but something darker and more mysterious, ready to reveal its secrets in the upcoming chapters of their unusual journey. After a restless first night, Michael and Alice decide to turn to their neighbors in the hope of unraveling the strange events happening in their new home. At first glance at the local map, they discover that their current house stands on the site of a long-forgotten cemetery, closed many years ago. Talking to the neighbors, Michael and Alice learn that the previous occupants of the house also encountered unknown phenomena. An old man from the house across the street, wise and somewhat mysterious, shares a legend about how the souls of the departed from the old cemetery can influence those who dare to settle in their former dwelling. The mysterious events in Michael and Alice's house begin to take increasingly inexplicable forms. Nightly shadows become more intrusive, and the strange sounds lose their randomness, as if someone or something is trying to establish contact with them. Parents find themselves trapped between reality and the enigmatic past of this house. In the quest for answers, they turn to the city's old records and find an ancient diary describing strange occurrences and a curse that seems to haunt anyone who decides to move into this house. With each passing day, the mysterious forces of the house establish closer connections with their children. Brian and Emily begin to behave more alienated, as if under the influence of unseen forces striving to take their place in this dark legacy. With each passing day, the mysterious occurrences in Michael and Alice's house intensify in their strength. Nightly shadows penetrate the darkest corners, and the sounds become more ominous. The parents sense that something dark and unknown begins to loom over their family. One day, while perusing old photographs, Michael and Alice notice something strange in the pictures. In the distant corners of the photographs, faint, ghostly figures seem to be observing the family. This serves as a signal for the parents to embark on a deep investigation into the past of their home. They turn to the city archives and find documents about the construction of the house and its initial occupants. Michael and Alice learn that several decades ago, something dark and ominous occurred in this house. The family living here at that time was subjected to the influence of strange phenomena and unexplainable forces. Documents indicate that the children of that family became a link between the world of the living and the realm of the departed. With each discovered fact, the mystery of the house becomes increasingly ominous. The parents realize that their children, Brian and Emily, have fallen under the influence of evil spirits eager to restore their connection to the world of the living. They begin to understand that the family is ensnared by dark forces, pulling them into a destiny shrouded in darkness. Now armed with knowledge about the past of the house, Michael and Alice prepare for the decisive battle for their children and their place in this old but cursed home. As time progresses, the influence of sinister spirits on Brian and Emily becomes increasingly noticeable. The once joyful and vibrant children become pale and distant. In their eyes, there is something ambiguously dark, almost alien. The parents observe strange changes in their children's behavior. Brian and Emily start spending a lot of time in those corners of the house that seemed mysterious to their parents. They engage in senseless conversations with someone unseen, and peculiarly react to questions about their day. Michael and Alice, feeling deep concern, decide to seek help. They invite a psychic into their home, hoping to unravel the mystery that has enshrouded their family. The psychic, conducting a session, confirms the presence of malevolent forces surrounding their children, warning that with each passing day, the influence of the spirits becomes stronger. The parents embark on a journey to understand the history of their new home. They delve into old books on mystical phenomena and contacts with the spirit world. They discover that several decades ago, dark and ominous events unfolded in this house. A family that lived here was subjected to the influence of strange phenomena and unexplainable forces. Documents indicate that the children of that family became a link between the world of the living and the realm of the departed. With each new revelation, the mystery of the house deepens. The parents realize that their children, Brian and Emily, have fallen under the sway of evil spirits eager to restore their connection to the world of the living. They begin to comprehend that the family is ensnared in the grip of dark forces, pulling them into a destiny woven with shadows. Now armed with knowledge about the past of the house, Michael and Alice prepare for the decisive battle to free their children and confront the enigmatic path that lies ahead. Michael and Alice delve into the depths of mystical practices, trying to penetrate the essence of the dark forces that have gripped their children. They conduct rituals, study ancient texts, and communicate with what lies beyond the veil between worlds. With each new step, they feel the forces of evil attempting to infiltrate their minds, mocking their determination. The family faces a moment of truth as the malevolent spirits begin to manifest with more intense aggression. Shadows fill the house, creating an atmosphere of tension and fear. The energy of the place fluctuates, as if summoning the forces of darkness. Brian and Emily find themselves at the center of this struggle for their souls. Under the influence of the spirits, their own personalities vanish, and ominous entities attempt to seize control of their bodies. The parents realize that every moment becomes crucial in the fight for their family and the home that seems firmly connected to the spirits of the past. In the eerie culmination of the battle, the family makes contact with the otherworldly realm. Parents, burning candles in a ritual circle, invoke forces that stand between two worlds. They hear whispers and calls, feeling invisible hands pulling them into the sphere of darkness. All the exhausted forces, drained by the unrelenting struggle, unite for one goal: to preserve their place in this home and protect their children. The parents decide to trust ancient forces and their determination, challenging the dark spirits that seek to destroy their family. As the dark whirlwind of the battle reaches its peak, just when everything seems lost, light pierces the darkness. Michael and Alice, on the brink of exhaustion, comprehend the secret capable of resisting the dark forces. With a wise understanding of the past, they turn the dark forces against themselves, creating a protective shield for their children. The dark spirits, seemingly influenced by Michael and Alice's wisdom, slowly begin to retreat. The house, saturated with mystical tension, gradually frees itself from the darkness. In the eyes of the parents, there is a flicker of wearied but triumphant radiance. All their strength, depleted in the struggle, is directed toward one goal: preserving their place in this home and shielding their children. However, despite the victory, the family realizes that the dark spirits have not disappeared entirely. In their eyes, a question flashes: was this their final skirmish with the darkness, or merely a temporary truce? Resolute and armed, they are prepared for any challenge that the mystical future may hold, mysteriously entwined with the past once again.